Okay, great. Well, we're all going to take turns and tell some of our favorite jokes on the GoPro here. And
Does
so,
anyone tell the Kleenex joke as good as Mom did?
No.
man, I hadn't heard that joke that good in a long
I tell it.
So let's don't all talk at once. Let's talk
Okay,
one
so
at a
what do you
time.
call
One at a time. Mary?
What do you call a man with no arms and no legs and a pile of leaves?
What?
Russell.
Russell.
Oh.
I know a bunch of them.
Okay, Mama.
I don't know one.
Mark, go ahead and tell your joke. It doesn't matter what joke it is.
Man walks into a bar, asks the bartender, do you have any specials? The bartender says, well, you see that big old boy down there at the end of the bar? If you can go down there in one punch, knock him out. We got a pit bull in the back chained up with an abscessed tooth. Go pull that dog's tooth, and the bar owner's daughter's upstairs, ugliest woman you've ever met in your life. Have sex with her, free drinks all night. He thinks about it, so he goes down the end of the bar, bang, knocks the old boy out. Goes outside and you hear a dog growling and barking, man yelling, screaming. Finally, after the commotion, he comes back in, says, okay, and he's just bloody, tore up. Says, okay, where's that woman with the abscessed tooth?
That is terrible.
Okay, so Marie and Pierre, they live on the bayou and they got a lot of children, yeah. And Pierre, he works so hard. And he come home from work and Marie's in the road screaming and crying, oh, Pierre, the alligator ate one of the children. He's like, oh, baby, that's terrible. Next day, he come home from work and she's in the road screaming and crying again. Oh, Pierre, that alligator ate another one of the children. He's like, oh, baby, that's awful. Next day, he come home from work and there she is in the road screaming and crying. Oh, Pierre, that alligator ate another one of the children. He said, damn it, Marie, I can't work all day and fuck all night to feed an alligator.
Oh, I love it. Okay,
My mother told me that joke.
oh yeah, that my favorite, and everybody's heard this one too. But my favorite Kunes joke is about Boudreaux, who loved fornicating with his goats in the front yard. Yeah, and so
I have to leave
you have to close those doors. So
You did?
so anyway, close these doors. So anyway, one
Oh
day.
yeah, gotta shut this one.
Yeah. So anyway, one day this busload of tourists came by, and Boudreaux, he's out there just going to town with that goat, and they're like, oh my God! So they go into town and they file a report against Boudreaux about him fornicating with his goat in the front yard, and so the sheriff, he goes out and he says, oh, Boudreaux, he says, I'm going to have to arrest you. He said, all those tourists, they saw you fucking your goat in the front yard, and you know, that's it. He said, but I tell you what, we got a good public defender and he really knows how to choose a jury. So the day of
Can I come in
Yeah.
here?
Yes,
the,
we're
the
just
day
What
of
are you
court,
doing in here?
we're trying to tell jokes that are on
Oh, good.
GoPro. So if you're just interrupted my joke.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Okay, go ahead. He had a good public
Start
defender.
over. So
No.
No, he had a good
You got a
public
good
defender.
public defender.
That's okay.
No.
You must
She
finish the
forgot.
joke.
She lost her stride.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start over. Wow.
So Boudreaux and his goat are out there in the front yard.
Okay.
goat in the front yard. Now go.
Okay, so Boudreaux's fornicating with his goat in the front yard. The tourists come by, and they see him fornicating with his goat. They go into town, have the sheriff arrest him. The sheriff goes out there and he says, Boudreaux, I'm going to have to arrest you. He said, but go with the public defender. He really knows how to choose a jury. So the day of court comes along, and the day of court comes along, and
Don't come in here yet.
the day of court comes, don't come in, Pete. The day of court comes along, and here they are in court, and the public defender says, and Boudreaux, or the prosecutor says, and Boudreaux, is it true? Were you fornicating with your goat in the front yard? And he said, yes, I was. And is it true, did the goat come around and lick you clean? He said, yes, he did. One juror leans over to another one and says, a good goat will do that.
Oh man.
I got one.
Terrible.
This woman, she goes into a bar and she sits up at the bar and she tells the bartender, I have a Schlitz. So she drinks the Schlitz and passes out on the bar. He looks around, drags her back behind the bar, fucks her, puts her back on the bar stool. She wakes up and leaves. So the next day she came in and she said, I'll have a Schlitz. So she drinks the beer, passes out on the bar. This time the bartender and the guy that cleans the bar back behind the bar fuck her, put her back on the bar stool. She wakes up and leaves. The next day she comes in and orders a Schlitz. And she drinks it, passes out. This time all of them fuck her in the bar, put her back on the bar stool. She wakes up and leaves. The next day she came in and she said, I have a Coors Light. The bartender said, I thought you drank Schlitz. She says, I do, but it makes my pussy hurt.
Oh, terrible.
Thibodeau and Boudreaux are getting ready to go fishing. Thibodeau pulls out this thing and Boudreaux goes, what's that?
Hello?
He says, that's a thermos.
Hi.
A what? A thermos. He says, what's it do?
Okay.
Keeps hot things hot, cold things cold. He says, what you got in it?
One
So
of
I
us,
got
somebody will.
2 cups of hot gumbo
Okay.
and 2 red popsicles.
I'm sorry. I
I'm
can you
just-
tell it
I
over
lost the
again?
point of
He's got
Yeah.
the
kid things hot and cold.
The
He said,
thermos.
what do you got
so
in
he's
it?
got gumbo and 2 popsicles.
Pick a smart one.
You know, Mark told me they found a new use for sheep up
For
in
sheep in
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
What?
Wool.
That goes great with a go joke, sir.
My mom tells the one, I don't know it, but she's got.
Oh, where is she? She
She's
tells
gonna
the
tell the
best.
one about the alligators.
No,
the kids.
no, I already told that one.
Oh, okay.
I can't work on them fuck on that to feed alligators.
Okay.
My friend Juanita.
Timmy!
My friend Juanita had 3 boys. She named them Jose and